All right. Of course, I'll cut this video. No, I will. Okay. So, this is our table read. Yay! For Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella 2023 for Operativa Houston. So, Act 1, we're starting with the overture and prologue in a forest. Ella enters with a cart looking for firewood, and we hear an unseen chorus sing. We're going to skip all of the songs too. Okay? And then we have Madame, who's not here, Cinderella! Ella runs off as the scene and music transition. Okay? Scene 1, a rocky glen. 2 knights run out. A crowd of knights back on stage fearfully. The giant appears, who is going to be startled. 2 more knights come flying out of the wings. The giant throws a knight. The giant throws another knight. The giant appears through the trees. The giant attacks, nearly crushing a page boy, which our page boy will actually be Lord Pinkleton. So that will be Emma Goldstein and Lola Tilke. The giant appears, blah, 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 page boy. The giant knocks the knight aside. The giant tosses another knight. The knights cower. Topher appears in full battle splendor. He outwits the giant, and the giant falls slowly to the ground. Topher takes a triumphant pose atop the giant.
I just wish I was doing something more important with my life.
A general groan of dismay from the soldiers. Not this again. Sebastian, the Lord Protector, an overly elegantly dressed man of the court, steps forward. Lord Pinkleton, the royal crier, follows him.
Worrying about that self-worth again, Prince Topher.
It just all comes too easily.
The fact remains, sire, you will be king and very soon. When your sainted mother and father passed away and left you in my charge, I promised them when you came of age you would be prepared for your reign.
I know, Sebastian, I know, and I guess I am ready to be king.
The thing of it is.
The thing of it is, I just don't even know who I am yet.
I'm sure it will come to you. Until then, might I suggest faking it?
Really?
You wouldn't be the first and you wouldn't be the last.
To the castle.
To the castle.
Lord Pinkleton plays his terrible herald bugle. Topher mounts his horse. Sebastian walks along as Topher rides on horseback. Page boys with banners and the knights march with them. The scenery changes behind them.
Still, these questions nag me. Nag.
The horse wins. Topher pats the horse's neck as he rides.
No, not you, Buttercup. I just wonder.
And then we have this whole me, who am I? And then we skip all the way to Lord Pinkleton. An unseen dragon flies overhead. Lord Pinkleton eagerly dismounts his horse. Dragon!
No, I got it. Come on.
Nice to the knee, sportsman and poet. Anyway, the dragon shoots a giant fireball. Topher fires his slingshot. We hear the dragon fall and land with a massive thump. Topher and the knights react to the aftershock. And then there's all of that, and he says, he's our hero. Oh, stop, that's very kind. All of that's going to be just intertwined with all of the singing. Okay? So let's skip to the end. The march ends outside of Madame's cottage, and now we are at scene 2. So switch casts if we need to on whatever role that is. And we have a provincial cottage. So now this would be the emerging cast if your double cast is here. Okay. So it starts a provincial cottage with a wishing well nearby. As Topher and his men stop, a pumpkin rolls on stage, followed by Ella. Sebastian stops the pumpkin with his foot.
You there, impoverished person, fetch us some water.
Yes, sir.
Don't talk to her that way. How do you know she's poor?
Look at her, she's filthy.
Ella has drawn water from the well into a gourd, which she then gives to Topher.
Here you are, sire.
Thank you, young lady. That's very kind of you.
So he takes a sip of water and looks at Ella.
It's just water.
Give her some money.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah, you go. Keep going.
yes, it's charity. You have things and she doesn't. You're going to give her some of your things so she doesn't have a revolution and take all of your things.
Marie, a woman in rags, enters. Ella re-enters with her cart. Yes.
Spare change? Any spare change?
The moment charity is mentioned, out comes every layabout.
Here you are, old woman.
Thank you. Bless you, kind sir.
Marie reaches for Topher. Sebastian and Lord Pinkleton draw their swords.
Be careful, my lord. Many of the very poor have weapons.
Be gone with you!
No! Good sirs, that is merely crazy Marie. She lives in the woods and comes to town only to gather what others throw away. She is gentle in every way, sweet and delicate, but nuts.
She is harmless, I can tell. Sebastian or Pinkleton, sheathe their swords.
To Ella.
You are a good friend to me. How lucky she is to have a true friend such as you. I wish I had a true friend.
I'm standing right here.
Shall we journey on?
Very well, Pinkleton. Be well, young lady.
I don't want charity.
Take the coin as a present, in admiration for a true friend in this world. Buttercup! Lot on my mind. Gives it back to Ella, lot on my mind, exits.
Thank you for saving my life, dear Ella. I shall return the favor.
I didn't do it to have a favor returned.
I have a shawl here that only has a few holes and smells of cabbage. You can wear it.
Not necessary. What a handsome man that was, and so kind and generous.
That is but not a man. That is Prince Topher, right? Topher. Right. The slayer of giants and dragons. He's just returned to us from university. He's to be crowned king.
That man? A world leader? But he appears to have a heart, mind, and soul. It can't be. Marie, you're crazy.
Yes, I am. But that does not change the fact that he's our very own Prince Topher. Topher? Okay.
Kind of like over.
Topher. And he has returned to be our ruler. Look at your coin, dear.
It is him. From the left. Such silly ears. And the crown doesn't help things. He should wear a floppy hat. Here, Marie. Please take this coin. Buy yourself something warm to eat.
Why is it always the very poorest who are the most generous? It breaks my heart.
Here's our very own
Jean-Michel.
Jean-Michel. He will spout gibberish now and bore us.
Be nice. Good day, Jean-Michel.
And do you know why the poor are the kindest, Ella and Crazy Marie?
No, but I have a feeling you're about to be the most forthcoming.
Because it is a corrupt system with a smashed moral compass.
I know.
If you will forgive me, I just stagger about and mutter.
She does so.
Today I will be going alone to the castle to protest the corruption that riddles our government. You must come with me.
Cinderella! Then the parade of purchases happens.
That is Madam, Ella's stepmother.
I shall shout to the prince. He will have no choice but to listen.
Cinderella!
You are in harm's way.
I have a vision for what the kingdom could be.
Madame enters holding a small package. She is followed by a courtier carrying many packages. Cinderella, help me with my parcels this instant. Ella goes to help the courtier. Cinderella, lazy stepdaughter, help me with my package. Ella scrambles to do so. Careful, careful! No one knows the extreme torture I am subjected to. Noticing Marie and Jean-Michel, I'm ignoring that. Charlotte, Gabrielle, come, daughters, come. Gabrielle and Charlotte enter, beautifully dressed.
We are here, Mama.
We're exhausted being as beautiful as you look.
Cinderella, idle girl, come help your sisters with their shrewd purchases. Stepsisters, sorry. Into the house, daughters, the real ones. She enters the house with Charlotte, helping Ella collect her packages.
Madame isn't always terrible. Sometimes she sleeps.
Gabrielle, I have brought from university a book for you with pictures of how people in other lands live and how they govern. Norway, Italy, Japan.
I have mentioned my interest in these places only in passing, and you've brought a whole book. Quit it, you.
And 4 days from now, I would like to take you on a date. I'm organizing a soup kitchen. We need someone to stir and ladle.
Madame re-enters. Gabrielle, do not talk to that man. We are teetering precariously between upper middle class and lower upper class. We cannot be seen talking with a revolutionary. Into this house at once. Gabrielle gives the book back to Jean-Michel and runs into the house. Madame follows her into the house.
Why do I care? Why do I try? I'll never be good enough for her. I will take this book and burn it.
Why not give the book to dear Ella?
surprised, Jean-Michel. I would love to look at your book of how other countries live.
Then here, Ella, take it. I shall go my way alone and live my own life. I'm a loner. You're coming with me, right?
Of course.
Good.
Marie and Jean-Michel exit. Ella looks at the book.
It's been so long since I owned something, just me.
Madame enters from the cottage. Ella quickly hides the book. Cinderella, get in there and clean the kitchen.
I just finished it.
Then prepare the dinner.
It's on the stove.
Then the bed must.
Beds are turned down and your bed clothing is all laid out.
Well, noticing the book. Where'd you get that book?
Jean-Michel just gave it to me.
So nice that people just give you gifts. Still daddy's little girl. Notices a coat hanging by the door. And what's this doing here?
That's my father's coat.
It's rags.
It's all I have to remember him by.
She rips the coat. It's rags now. Clean the porch with these rags. Madame throws the coat on the ground and exits. Ella picks it up and hugs it. She then sits on a stool with her book and sings In My Own Little Corner. The thing we all know. And then you're going to have a cute little, you have a little Allie. It's like so tiny. She's the little, either the fox or the raccoon, one of those two. Then the other one is Kate McQuintry, also adorable.
Amazing.
Same thing. They'll be, I'm going to put them in onesies of a fox and a raccoon, and then when they turn into humans, they'll just take off the onesies they're in. It'll be really cute. Yeah, it's going to be adorable. Okay, so now the song proper ends. Ella sings as she wanders into the woods, and then she sings I Can Be Whatever I Want to Be, and Topher appears on his throne, and then they sing the cute little duet. Okay? Ella exits into the woods. Music continues underneath. Probably not, though, because the stage is tiny. Okay, we are now in scene 3, so switch again if you have your double here. Sebastian, so this is scene 3, the throne room of the royal palace. Music for me, your majesty. Sebastian Lord Pinkleton and other political figures join Topher in his throne room, which has formed around him. That's all singing, 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 and then we start at Sebastian's line, I'll take this. Go ahead.
I'll take this.
Takes parchment, then to Topher.
Your Majestic Highness, in honor of your upcoming coronation, we proudly proclaim your kingdom a land of plenty and bounty. May I have the imprimatur of your ring on this other announcement?
Oh, right. Sorry. What's it for?
He stamps the papers with his ring.
It's complicated. Do you really want me to get into it?
Off stage as if it were outside the palace.
Prince Hooper, listen.
What was that?
You must take responsibility for your actions.
Who's that yelling from the other side of the moat?
The people are being treated unfairly by your government.
He seems upset.
Rabble rouser. Ignore him. I have this new law which forbids any... Actually, if you let me have the ring, it would save the trip.
And just so you know, I have a little wooden frame I'm going to make into a little window, and we'll have 2 ensemble members hold either side of the window. And then we're going to have a little background to make it look like you're looking down onto the ground, so that it looks like he's yelling up. It'll be a little illusion. Okay, Topher tosses the ring. Sebastian stamps away with the ring. It's like this. It's like you're punching the paper. Yeah? Okay. Sebastian stamps away. Topher looks out the window.
Shouldn't we listen to what he has to say? People were never upset with Mom and Dad, were they?
Your parents had the good fortune to be royalty in a time of plenty. But since their unfortunate demise, I have done my best to run this country. I've done my best to raise you in the finest schools.
Hello, I'm talking here.
We should invite him up to talk.
Ignore him.
I will not give up. If you won't listen, I'll shout this to town square.
Shout this to the town square. Perhaps it's time for a distraction.
What kind of distraction?
A royal wedding.
Wow. Does that work?
Like a dream every time.
But who will get married?
Well, you.
That's just silly. I don't know any girls. I went to an all-boys school off in the woods and then attended an all-male university on an island. Why did you do that to me?
Oh no!
For this happy day, I'm going to find you a bride. Oh, happy the day.
This is nonsense. How will you find me a bride?
We shall have them a magnificent ball, dancing.
What?
Every eligible young woman who can afford a gown will attend. This is a wonderful selection process right there. If you can't afford a nice dress, you don't have any business marrying a prince. Now, all the guests will be in masks. You will dance with every girl. At the stroke of midnight, everyone will remove their masks, and you will have found your bride.
That's fast.
King and queen on the throne, I'm there to guide you through all your decisions. It's really a win-win.
How would any woman fall in love with me so quickly?
A valid question, which we will answer sometime soon. Now, Lord Pinkleton, I want you to tell this to all. A pronouncement. An announcement.
The prince is giving a ball. Now is the time. This is a big number. This will involve everyone every time. So every time we do it and you see it on the schedule, just think you're going to come in. Okay? Okay. Lord Pinkleton copies down what Sebastian sings. His Royal Highness Christopher Rupert, please don't say my whole name, blah, 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 all of that. You have some more interjection lines over. So let's skip all that. Topher, Sebastian, Lord Pinkleton, and other political figures exit. Music continues underneath. And now we are in scene 4. So switch again if you needed to switch. Now we have immediately gone to the town square, and the townspeople watch as Jean-Michel overturns a literal soapbox and making an actual box that says soapbox on it. And he'll jump on top of it, and is one voice among many, grunting pigs, arguing merchants, etc. I might use a sound effect for that, we'll see. He has his whole little song there. Let's go ahead and read that line, no, 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 listen, Jean-Michel.
No, listen. Tradespeople, tinkers, and fishmongers. I shout to the prince, but he ignores me. If he and Sebastian can take the land of the very poor, it is only a matter of time before they take from all of us.
Everyone concerned shouts from the townspeople. They'll be like, hey, no, oh my god, this is terrible, we're gonna die. Lord Pinkleton enters and rings his bell, ding ding. The prince is giving a ball, which is actually 2 little girls playing the role, so it will be hilarious. Yes, it'll be very Munchkin-like. I worked with one of them right before coming here, and it's so funny. It's very cute. Okay, then you have hello, I'm talking here. Oh, all of that. He's giving a what? A ball, a ball, a ball. Okay, let's just skip all of this. Without the singing, it makes no sense. And then, okay, so now we have the music of Folderol, which you will be seeing that Marie, of course, and then skip, so music continues underneath. The town square transforms itself into the interior of Madame's cottage. Marie is still there. I'll have a presentation for y'all afterwards on my designs for the set. Okay, next scene, keep the same cast because we didn't read anything. Inside Madame's cottage, we have Ella tightening Charlotte's corset. Charlotte squirms and groans. The prince is giving a ball, and then Marie exits. Madame, Cinderella, when you finish tightening delicate Charlotte's corset,
I can taste my lunch.
we must move on to Gabrielle's hair. It is beginning to look, I fear, like a Bavarian pretzel. Ella exits. Cinderella! Cinderella! Cinderella. It's the most amusing name. I crack myself up. She sits by the cinders of the fire, and her name is Ella, so I call her Cinderella. Then she says in her sigh, why don't I have any friends?
Listen, Mama, you are well versed in the art of ridicule.
I do have a flair for it, don't I? Actual daughters. Watch and learn. Ella re-enters. Cinderella, hurry, get dressed. Get ready for the ball. You're going to find a husband.
Am I?
That was supposed to be Ella. For me?
Oh, it is? Oh.
Does it have for you?
Charlotte.
See, this is why we do these.
Well, maybe Charlotte is like, am I? Do you think she would be saying that?
No, it should just be Ella.
Oh.
This is the actual script that gave me. What does yours say, actually? 'Cause
Mine
we
says
should
that
know.
Ella says it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have the official copy, so we'll go ahead and change that. Okay? Cool. And yeah, so go ahead and say, am I?
Am I?
Ridicule. Who caught it?
I did.
That's terrible.
Who can that be? And at this hour? Everyone clear out of here while I get rid of this imbecile. Cinderella, get that dress on Charlotte. Ella, Gabrielle, and Charlotte exit. Madame approaches the door. What brand of idiot would? She swings open the door. It is Sebastian. Madame's affect changes to warm. Why, Sebastian, what an unexpected delight.
Madam, I have but a moment. I invite you to hang upon my every word.
Invitation accepted.
Tonight's ball shall be in masks. The prince will be in the white mask. What color mask will your daughter Gabrielle be wearing?
Why, pink.
If the daughter is anything like the mother, I think the pink mask and the white mask should meet and fall in love.
Are you implying what I am inferring?
Your daughter is all part of my master plan.
You are brilliant.
You are perceptive. I shall see you at the ball. Together, we shall make this so.
He exits. Come, daughters, come! Ella, Charlotte, and Gabrielle run on. Oh, Gabrielle, my Gabrielle, just look at you. You too, Charlotte. But really, look at Gabrielle. Cinderella, fetch the orange box. And then the Venetian glass plays. Ella quickly does so. Madame opens the box, all gasp in amazement. Madame pulls a tiny, elegant piece of Venetian glass from the box. From Venice, a piece of glass spun to perfection, more valuable than diamonds. Each of us shall wear the tiniest bit of hand-blown Venetian glass. Allow me to place this tiny bauble around the neck of my courageous Charlotte. Placing glass around Charlotte's neck. Allow me to place this tiny bauble around the neck of my beautiful daughter, Gabrielle. Placing glass around Gabrielle's neck. Cinderella, fetch the perfume. Come, two daughters that count. Finish getting ready. Who can that be? It must be good news. She opens the door, revealing Jean-Michel with two small bouquets.
Good evening, Madame. Gabrielle, please forgive me for interrupting your momentous evening. For the ball tonight, I thought you might desire to take these wildflowers. I've picked them myself.
He hands Gabrielle the flower.
Thank you, Jean-Michel. They're so beautiful.
And the second bouquet to Madame.
For the mother of the most perfect girl in all God's creation, I have gathered these myself.
Throws the bouquet out the door. You are not welcome here! Out of my house! She slams the door in Jean-Michel's face. Through the window.
Would you perhaps consider...
Madame takes Gabrielle's flowers and throws them back at Jean-Michel, knocking him out of the window and onto the ground. Leave! And take your simple pleasures with you!
Madame, don't be mean. That was so nice.
No. Plans! There are plans! Plans that do not include Mr. Soapbox. Yes. They're coming. They're on their way.
Okay.
Oh, we got like 20 more minutes.
Okay.
Sorry. Thank you. Okay, so where did we stop?
But he means well, and I think he likes me.
Let me tell you about love, Miss Flowers in your hand and dreams in your head. I married your father for love. He died and I cried. And then I married Cinderella's father for money. He died. I got a house. A cuckoo clock chimes. 7:30! Ball preparation! Double time! A series of mad dashes in final preparation for the ball begins. Cinderella, my shoes! Ella polishes her shoes. Charlotte, powder your sister's face. Charlotte powders Gabrielle's face and covers her glasses with powder.
I can't see.
Venetian glass! Ella places the Venetian glass necklace on Madame's neck.
I'm hungry.
Gabrielle, feed the baby. Gabrielle puts a large biscuit in Charlotte's mouth. Cinderella, my cloak.
Coming, madam.
Expensive bracelet, necklace, hair. Then the prince we shall ensnare.
Then the prince we shall ensnare.
Are we worthy?
Yes.
To battle! The crown is ours to lose! Posture! Posture! Madame, Gabrielle, and Charlotte exit the house. Cinderella follows with the invitations. The interior transforms into the exterior of the cottage. Music continues underneath. I guess they're doing Beetlejuice now. Okay, next scene. Let's go ahead and switch, yeah? Yeah. Okay, so Gabrielle and Charlotte, expensive bracelet, yeah? So here we go, ready, and a go.
Expensive bracelet, necklace, hair, then the prince we shall ensnare.
Keep going.
Invitations.
Okay, so I also have here, mark in there, expensive bracelet, necklace, hair, and then it gets interrupted. So you say it again. Okay? So expensive bracelet, necklace, hair, then the prince we shall ensnare. Expensive bracelet, necklace, hair, ... Invitations!
Invitations.
Okay, cool. Madame, Gabrielle, and Charlotte circle back to Ella, who already has the invitations ready. Let us storm the castle, lovely daughters. This is the night everything changes. Off to the ball. The mad dash ends with Madame, Gabrielle, and Charlotte fully dressed in the yard, invitations in hand. Expensive bracelet, necklace, hair. Cinderella's not going anywhere. They exit, leaving Ella. Jean-Michel enters from behind a tree, touching his bleeding lip.
One of the flowers in the bouquet was a wild rose. Its thorn has scratched my lip. Yes, I'm bleeding. I should walk up to the prince and scratch his lip.
Oh no.
Make him drink lemonade. Oh, it will sting.
That's just cruel.
Enough of taking things as they are. Now is the time for us to march to the palace. The peasants, the tradespeople, and finally get the prince to listen to us instead of having his fancy ball.
You should do that. You should march up to him and talk to him.
He won't listen to me. He uses his castle to hide from the truth. Him needing me will never happen. The only thing funnier is you going to the ball. Ha! Well, why don't you just go to the ball and ask the prince when he's going to start noticing that the people are being evicted from their land? Ha! That's absurd.
Exits. I'm gonna make you have that whole line. You read as if you were crazy. You're just talking to yourself. And my little corner reprise starts playing. Go ahead.
Jean-Michel, I could go to the prince, and he might listen to me. And if I had a ball gown, I think I might look sort of nice.
And then you have this whole bunch of singing, skip, skip, skip. Let's go ahead and have you pick up at so what if I do have a dream.
Okay. So what if I do have a dream to see the prince again? Tell him what life in his kingdom is really like, and what it could be.
Exactly. And then to have him fall in love with you.
No one will fall in love with me. Why do you come to visit me tonight?
You can skip all the song text. Go ahead. I'm being foolish.
I'm being foolish.
Then be foolish with me. What could you dream of?
Why, an invitation to the ball, I guess.
Right here. Here's an invitation.
What? Oh, but it's torn.
Don't wait for everything to be perfect. Just go. Now, what else would you dream of?
Oh, a white gown, I imagine. A beautiful white gown sewn up with pearls and jewels and a tiara of diamonds.
And on your feet?
Why, the most beautiful grosgrain pumps, I'd imagine.
No, better. Venetian glass that your stepmother so loves in her trinkets and baubles. An entire pair of shoes made only of Venetian glass.
How silly. Oh, I'd be the envy of all. But how would I get to the ball?
Well, that pumpkin over there.
Yes.
I'll turn it into a golden carriage.
And horses.
Those mice trapped in the cage.
And a fox as a footman. And a raccoon as a driver. Oh, you are crazy, Marie. Why, in order to do that, you would have to be a fairy godmother.
Marie turns and rips off her rags and a ragged cape. Underneath is the most beautiful gown. Ella gasps.
Marie, but you're a crazy woman. What are you doing in that beautiful gown?
You'd be surprised how many beautiful gowns have crazy women in them.
Are you really my fairy godmother?
But of course, my child. Actually, I'm everyone's fairy godmother. But you're the only one who's given me charity, generosity, and kindness. And now I must make all the dreams we joked about come true.
But that's so improbable. Implausible.
Yeah, all that. Skip, skip, skip. Let's go ahead and say these lines, but if you could be a beggar woman, not 5 minutes ago.
But if you could be a beggar woman not 5 minutes ago, and now are my fairy godmother, then anything is possible, right?
I suppose so.
You could change it all. You could make it all happen.
No, but you could change it. You could make it all happen.
Never. I couldn't.
You're right. So, it's all so...
Okay. Skip, skip, skip. I guess I'll read all this. Marie casts a spell on the pumpkin, and the pumpkin blows up like a balloon. The leaves peel away, the pumpkin explodes, and the carriage is revealed. This will all happen on my giant screen we use for She Loves Pumpkin. It's all going to be just projection. Cool. So you don't have to do work, and you just have to sweat and hope it looks good. Marie scoops up the mice in the cage. She flings them into the air, and a team of horses appears from the wings. Marie crosses to the porch, playfully approaches the fox, who has appeared in the woodbin. She points at the fox, indicating you're next. The fox shakes his head. Marie casts a spell on the fox, who quickly ducks into the woodbin. The footman tumbles out of the wood bin in a state of surprise. He straightens his knees, he shakes his head. Marie has a spell upon the raccoon, who hides in the tree. The coachman pops out from the tree. He scampers from the tree and stands on 2 feet. The footman and coachman regard one another. The footman, it's gonna be so cute. The footman and coachman shake their legs and walk up stage. Marie, you're so little. Marie casts a spell upon Ella, who whirls about. As she whirls, the dress changes from rags into a beautiful gown. I have to do some research on that to figure that out. As she whirls, the dress changes from rags to a beautiful gown. Ella's dress transformation is complete. She is now in a beautiful white gown and tiara.
It's the most beautiful gown in all the land.
And as promised, in our laughter, glass slippers.
She holds up the glass shoes, places them on the ground, and Ella eases into them.
But Cinderella, I must tell you, all of this magic is very powerful, but it will end at midnight tonight. Now go to the ball. In the name of every girl who has ever wished to go to a ball in a beautiful dress, in the name of every girl who has ever wanted to change the world she's lived in, go with the promise of possibility.
Cute. It's so cute. Okay, and then scene 7, flight to the castle. It's all sung. This is just, we're going to the thing. And then the fairy godmother will, I have an 8-foot ladder in my garage. I will have you guys climb it. And you'll be over the top of the, whatchamacallit, of the projection screen. And you'll be singing on top of it.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
great.
it'll be very fun. I'll show you in the little drawings. Okay. Yeah. That. Okay, into the palace. The carriage arrives at the palace. The driver, remember everyone, the chorus sings on this one. You're all backstage, but you're like, possible, ah. Okay. Okay, switch, next scene, scene 8, the castle ballroom. The gavotte. The ladies dance on, Topher enters, Sebastian and Lord Fingleton enter. Don't worry, I will make this the easiest dance in the entire world. Topher, go ahead.
Sebastian, honestly.
Only 200 to go.
200 what? 200 women. You missed the word women.
Mine, it doesn't have that.
Okay, only 200 women to go. Okay. The lords dance on. Madame enters with Gabrielle and Charlotte. The gavotte begins. Topher and Charlotte dance.
So which one is it?
Which one is which?
Duh, the prince. Which is the prince? I mean, come on. What do you think I'm here for? The free food?
Let's go ahead and switch Charlotte's because I don't think you've read it all yet, right? Okay, yeah, just to make it fair. Keep going. Well, a good time to dance.
Well, a good time? A dance, perhaps?
Wrong answer. I got bearing royalty on my mind, so which one is he? So which one is he here?
Well, maybe it's me.
Not likely. You're no prince. You're ordinary.
What makes you think I'm ordinary?
We're doing a
Gavotte.
We're doing a gavotte, and you can't even keep the beat. When we get to the walk, you're gonna trip over your 2 left feet and land flat on your little bottom. End of discussion.
Hope to talk to you later.
I moved on.
Crosses to Lord Fingleton, grabs the mallet, and bangs the gong. Yes, I'm getting a gong. Walking away in disgust. Madame pushes Topher's next partner away, placing Gabrielle in her place. Okay, Topher, how do you do?
How do you do?
How do you do?
Lovely dance, isn't it? I hope my dancing's alright.
Oh, your dancing is absolutely princely. Oops, too bad I let that slip out.
Ah, so you know.
I would know a wise, handsome prince anywhere.
The last girl did not know.
Madame glides by Charlotte and whispers in her ear.
You're kidding! Well, thanks for the heads up.
I think she does now.
Well,
So,
what can you tell me about yourself?
what would it please? What would it please you to know, Your Highness?
Okay. Creepy.
I have in my script is a little different. So, what would it please to know, Your Highness? What are your interests? Why, whatever your interests are, Your Highness. Those are the 2 lines that are missing.
Okay.
Okay. I think what I'll do. Those are from the ones I gave to you, probably. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'll have to go through and find these little edits, and I'll
Okay.
watch all of them. So there, it's missing. What are your interests? From Topher.
Mhm.
And then Gabrielle says, why, whatever your interests are, Your Highness. Okay, creepy. Okay, so let's go ahead and start an okay creepy and keep going.
Okay. Creepy.
Your majestic highness. Just because I was playing hard to get doesn't mean I'm hard to get.
Really creepy. Sebastian, I can't do this anymore, I'm sorry.
It's the prince! The ladies throw themselves at Topher, pushing and pulling him about the dance floor. Just as the gavotte ends, Ella appears. Everyone in the ballroom freezes at the sight of her, struck by her tremendous beauty. Topher sees her, the crowd parts. Topher bows, Ella curtsies. Topher offers his hand.
It's time to play ridicule. Everyone, take sides.
Ella is taken from Topher by a courtier, and 2 circles form as the members of the court dance to the ridicule theme. Sebastian grabs Topher and pulls him forward to talk to him.
What happened to the nice girl?
Ignore her. We're playing ridicule. You'll get to be judge. 2 circles spin, and when the music stops, 2 players out ridicule one another. Let's find you a bride.
Bum, biddy, bum, 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 1 and 2 and 3. The music stops. An older woman is stopped in front of Charlotte. I'll go ahead and read all those. Oh, but my dear, I love that dress. No matter how many times I see it. The room oohs and applauds. Why, I remember when that dress was first in fashion, when I was a young girl.
Please, do not speak of your childhood. I have not brought along a copy of the Old Testament to follow along.
Sebastian tells Topher to indicate that the victory goes to Charlotte. Topher does so, and the crowd responds with brava, touche, etc. The crowd begins to dance again. Sebastian pulls Topher forward again.
What do you even call that?
Well, it's awfully sophisticated.
It just seems like cruelty.
Sophisticated cruelty. There's a slight difference there. I keep forgetting what it is.
I'm not quite sure I want to play this game.
And here we have another round at the ready.
Bum, diddy, bum, 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 diddy, bum, bum, 1 and 2 and 3. Music stops. Yet Madam and Ella must face off. Age before beauty. You first, dear. Ooh.
You have such a beautiful speaking voice. Have you ever considered reciting poetry?
Silence and muttering from the crowd. Say it! What? Do it? What? The anticipation is killing me! Do the ridicule! Why do you say that?
No reason. I just really like your speaking voice, and I just think you would sound really wonderful reciting a poem. And I also like the feather in your hair. It's a lovely color for you.
Why are you doing this to me?
What is this bewitchery you practice?
It's just kindness.
Music 10 in kindness.
Kindness.
Oh, yes. Kindness is practiced now in all the great courts. Ridicule isn't done anywhere anymore. It's all kindness now. Even in the French courts.
Kindness.
Yes, you know, compassion.
Who are you, you strange woman?
I don't know who she is, but she is very, very wealthy indeed. And did you see her feet? Shoes made of Venetian glass. My resentment is all-consuming.
Kindness. You must all try it.
A murmuring from the crowd. No, I don't think so. Not I. I will be the first.
I'll be the first. Kindness. Isn't it wonderful to have a pleasant young lady such as yourself in our court?
Thank you. And it's an honor to be at this wonderful party you are throwing.
It's like every time they speak, a part of me dies.
I have all of these lines assigned. I just have them written down on the thing that's recording this, so I will go back and give those to you after today. This room is filled with some of the loveliest women I have ever seen. I just saw they have vanilla cake on the buffet. I love vanilla cake. Thank you to whoever made it. This court is alive with laughter and warmth. It's like it was during the reign of Prince Topher's parents. May his reign be a continuation of theirs. Those were glorious days, but so are these. Look at these magnificent guests. Ha-ha! Gabrielle steps forward and says to Ella, grabbing her hand.
You are so kind. Thank you. You make me wish I were a better person. There's something somewhat familiar about you. What could that be?
Ella turns to get away from Gabrielle, and there is Topher.
I admired how you changed everything around, and yet I'm so comfortable with you. I feel as if I've met you before.
10 minutes ago, everyone knows this. Okay, let's actually skip to the lines there. I'm sorry to be so effusive. Yeah, Topher, that's your one?
Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm sorry to be so effusive.
I'm sorry to be so effusive. I've just met you. I'm not usually this way with someone I've just met. Events like this, I just feel like, what am I doing here?
I feel the same.
Like such a phony.
So do I.
You do?
Yes.
Me too. My name is...
Topher. Short for Christopher? Yes, I know.
Have we met before?
Yes. And we are seeing each other for the first time right now.
Okay, moving on. They blah blah blah. After all the singing, I'm gonna make you climb stairs. I'm sorry. They dance a waltz, which is echoed by the rest of the company, and then everyone sings. And then 4-part harmony, kind of. It's music theater harmony, which if anyone doesn't know what that is, it's literally sopranos and basses, the baritone part. It's just the same. They sing the melody, and then tenors and altos suffer. That's it.
Alright.
That's how it always goes. Okay, so music 13A finale, Act 1. The clock strikes midnight. It continues to ring throughout the scene.
Is that the I have to go?
Yes.
I have to go.
But I just find you.
I don't want to go, but I must.
Don't go.
Prince Topher, there's something I must tell you.
Cough.
You need to open your eyes to what's happening in your kingdom. The poor are having their land taken. You must help them. You must.
I don't think that's kind. How can you say that's kindness?
This is all so wonderful. You are so wonderful, but I have to go.
She runs away and is lost in the crowd.
Wait, young lady, where are you going? Wait, stop.
Your Highness! Your Highness!
Charlotte! Gabrielle! The guests dance off as the scene transitions. Scene 9, the palace steps. Ella runs down the staircase. I'm gonna spend so much time building that. Topher appears at the top of the stairs. Ella stumbles at the foot of the stairs, losing one of her glass slippers. She regains her footing. Topher and Ella look at each other. Ella runs back up. She takes the shoe and exits running. Topher is left standing.
Wait, I don't even know your name.
The curtain falls. That's Act 1! Okay. Let me stop the video. Let's take like 5 minutes to just relax and then we'll go get started again.
Oh boy.